Okay, welcome back, everybody. What's going on? I'm Odysseas. I am your host of the Atlas podcast. I want to say that since I've started this podcast, a lot more men have been reaching out, and I'm very grateful for you. If you have any questions, if you're looking for guidance, I'm here for you. In fact, I started this podcast because I wish I had someone who was already had gone through all of these things, or who was experiencing these, or at least had their own insight about what to do about these situations, how to essentially, live my life the way I want to, not the way that this voice in my head is telling me to live my life, or not the way that other people are telling me to live my life. I wanted to live the life that I wanted for myself. And yeah, I mean, that's why I started this. I've been going through this own journey with myself for about 3 years now, and it's been absolutely transformational. And I really wanted a mentor during that time. I got through, and I've had many mentors, not necessarily one that stuck with me, but I've had many people that have helped me. And I am a firm believer in the following philosophy, that you are very, much not going to accomplish anything on your own. Even self-made billionaires, there's no such thing as a self-made billionaire. It's not like one person did that. Even okay, look, you can't have a self-made billionaire, because if you really think about it, who's the one providing all the money? You have to also think and consider, all the people behind that billions of dollars. Who gave you that money? Who supported you? Who raised you? You're not self-made. None of us are. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? So the point I'm trying to make with all this is that I wanted someone who could help me, and a lot of people did help me without even realizing that they were helping me. A lot of the people that I would do my exercises with and that I would practice on and stuff, they were there to help me. So point being is, I want to be just another tool, another resource for you to be able to get the most out of love and life, because that's what I want. And I realize that that's what a lot of men are seeking as well. And you might not have that blueprint, and you're not expected to have that blueprint. No one's ever taught you anything about that. So I want to give you my perspective. I want to give you my knowledge. And from the looks of it, you guys have been receiving it very well. So I'm grateful for you. And I keep getting a lot of inquiries from you guys, basically just wanting to talk more, chat more, answer some sort of specific life circumstances you may be going through. And I'm here for it. I can't answer all of you all the times during the day, but I'll try to respond to everyone in a reasonable hour. So thank you all for the support. Now, I want to consider, because I used to be like this, but are you very competitive? Are you someone who sees other people's success as a sort of threat to your own success? Do you think that there is a limited amount of things that can go around? Do you get jealous when you see someone who is doing something or who has something that you want? Or even, do you get jealous when you see someone who's doing something better than how you're doing it? Jealousy often drives us further away from our goals. Recognizing jealousy, recognizing that I am jealous in this moment, is actually a big, big gift. And it's a gift because when you have jealousy about something, if you harness or harbor, I should say, jealousy about something in your life, it often means that there is something that has power over you, but something that you're letting have power over you. You're literally telling this thing, right? Let me just say, wealth and relationships are the two most common things that I see in a lot of men. Those are the two things that they feel the most jealousy around: seeing people that are rich or have material things that they want, or have a beautiful, happy, healthy, abundant relationship. So you're giving these things power, right? You're essentially, what you're doing is, imagine there's a pedestal, right? You're putting this thing over yourself. You're putting this wealth, you're putting this woman, you're putting this person, you're putting this boss, you're putting this circumstance over you. You're not valuing yourself enough, right? So being competitive is good, but being jealous just lowers your own vibration. It lowers your chance of actually getting success. It makes you feel overwhelmed. Growing up, I was always the fastest swimmer in my league. For just, I guess, visual context. At 9 years old, I was 5'8". At 9 years old, I was 5'8" and about 160 pounds. Like, I was a very big, little chunky, tan boy. Like, there's a picture that we have in the living room, and everyone asks about it, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, is that you?" Where I literally look like a happy, chubby little like Mexican boy. Like, oh my God, I was such a cute boy. But that's not the point. The point was, like, I was feared. I was absolutely feared in the pool. Like, I was a rocket in the water, and you wouldn't have expected it from like the way that I look. But yeah, I was a killer. I was a killer in the pool. And for the longest time, like, I dominated my league. I dominated my area. No 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old even got close with me. I mean, I was 12 competing with 18, 19-year-olds. Like, I was a fast kid. And then I wasn't so fast. 13, 14, 15 years old, I was starting to realize that kids were starting to catch up to me, and I wasn't this rock star that I once was. And in an attempt to sort of mitigate that, sort of retain my power back to me, I did a very impulsive, reactive thing. I pursued different practices that were meant to make me faster, make me better, make me stronger, so that I could become a better swimmer. And all of these practices, all of these exercises, all of these therapies and doctors and exercises that I was doing, every single one of them was with the same intention. And that intention was to be better than everyone else and to be liked, to be feared again. And that is what I wanted. And that exact mentality, it was that literal exact mentality that shifted me out of a place of authority, of certainty, of having this sort of inner peace, inner strength in myself. I shifted out of that, and I shifted into this sort of fearful person that needed validation, that needed acceptance, that felt like I wasn't enough just the way that I was. I became very jealous of other people. I became very resentful of my own teammates. I mean, at the end of the day, my teammates, I love them, I support them, and I want the best for them. But in swimming, and all the swimmers listening here are going to know, like, in swimming, it is very much like even your friends are your competition. Like, I started having resentment, anger, jealousy towards my friends that were getting faster than me, and it didn't feel good. Nothing about that ever felt good to me. But I was always like, felt like I was one step behind, because I was always chasing my tail, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do this, that, all of the above for me to get better. Now, the absolute cherry on top for me was at 16 years old, I was at the gym. And one of the first few times I had ever really lifted, I took a 45-pound dumbbell and I said, this is the weight I will curl. I mean, many, many, many years later, today, in fact, I don't even curl 45 pounds today. Now, I was at the gym, I was 16 years old, I was lifting this 45-pound weight, and then the very next morning, I woke up and my elbow was stuck at 90 degrees. I could close it, but I couldn't open it past 90 degrees. And if I did, it literally felt like someone was putting a dagger in my arm whenever I opened it, and it hurt so bad. Now, I say that because this sort of energy of I need to do more, I need to get ahead. It was that sort of panic in my nervous system that caused me to sort of bring this injury onto myself. It took 2 years of physical therapy for me to fully open my arm out again. And it ended my swim career. It was one of the toughest things that I had ever had to go through. When you, your whole life, believe that you're going to go to the Olympics and you're going to be the greatest athlete ever, and you're going to be loved and appreciated finally. And then all of that getting wiped away from you at such a young age, I was devastated. And now I realize that this big, grand, massive story that I had told about myself to myself was exactly what was holding me back. I don't need these awards. I don't need to go to this amazing event. As great as it is, I don't need to be there to be great, to be loved. I could just be me. I could just be me and be loved. And that's good enough. You can just be you and be loved. Worry, anxiety, feelings of unworthiness, these are all emotions that should be indicators to you that there's something you allow to have power over you. I felt like my power came from my success as a swimmer. My success as a swimmer was taken from me, and therefore I felt powerless. I had given this idea, I had given this story that I had made up in my mind power over me, and it was literally holding me captive. So I want you to really sit and ask yourself and really consider the following question. Where in my life am I jealous right now? Where in my life do I experience jealousy? Do I get jealous around wealth? Do I get jealous around other people's happiness? A lot of the times we feel jealous about the things that we don't have, about the things that we may want, which means that if you have it and you don't want it, it means that it has the power over you to make you happy or to make you sad or to make you resentful or jealous or etc., whatever. But the point that I'm trying to make with all this is you can tap into that energy that you want right now. It's not the thing that you want. It's the energy that thing provides for you. It's that feeling of, oh, I am worthy. Don't you want a really nice car? Well, why do you want that nice car? It's probably not because deep down, I should say, it's probably not because, oh, you want girls to think you're cool and you want to drive fast and, oh, because younger me really wanted one. Why you really want one is because you want to feel worthy inside. You want to feel like you're good enough. And so this thing is a physical, material identifier as to I am successful. But what if I'm telling you now that you can be successful right now, you can embody the success right now, and though you may not have the car, that belief, that self-embodiment that you now have is now bringing you closer to that reality, is bringing you closer to that ability to attain that car. You know what I mean? Like, if you think like a poor man will never have the mindset that he is good enough for this McLaren or this Ferrari or this Lamborghini. But if you think like the Ferrari man or the McLaren man, then you become the Ferrari man, the McLaren man. the point I'm trying to make is jealousy is an amazing indicator, is a gift for you to understand that, okay, this is a place in my life where I'm experiencing some lack, right? Well, what if I recognize that now? What if I can see that lack, transform that lack into certainty, into confidence, into power in myself, and then from there, I can become that person. You know what I mean? Like you can't possibly become this person if you have a poor person's mindset. So see this lack and then allow that to transform your current mindset of lack into power. And that's what's gonna really transform you. Now, let me shift